Can you
Okay.
spare me 2 minutes?
Okay, we're about to get started. It's called Mastering the Powers of the Internet, and it's specifically geared for licensed real estate brokers and salespeople. And we're going to get started in a moment. It covers everything from lead generation and actually many information tools for real estate brokers and salespeople to take advantage of the Internet. Okay, one of the first things I wanted to do for all people that are attending this session today, there's some great internet technology tools and information tools and real estate concepts that helps every single broker make money using the internet. And this is a result of us being a broker for over 40 years, being on the internet for the last 20, especially helping other real estate people make money using the powers of the internet. And we're going to show you 50 pages of testimonials that you can read about later, but we'll show you how to read them later. And then so that you know that whoever is listening to this video will not be wasting their time. This is a culmination built for the world of real estate brokers worldwide. I don't care whether you're in San Francisco, in Florida, in Vancouver, Montreal, any place in the world for that matter, Caribbean and Asia and Europe. You can take advantage of the tools that we're about to teach you here today. And we're going to try to be very quick, and we're going to have two parts to this webinar today. One is going to be the first part, which for the people that need to leave right away, we're going to try to cover the most important items right in the beginning, and then we're going to expand on those ideas and explain them more further later. So there's two parts to this session that we're going to be doing today. Now the first part, I'm going to actually go back to the very top. Excuse me. There's a lot of money being made using the internet for real estate, and I mean literally millions of dollars, both for the people that are selling real estate brokers and salespeople, but also for the public that's listening that invests in real estate, because real estate people help people create wealth in real estate through investing in real estate, buying real estate, and you can see how prices are going up. All of those properties were sold by licensed real estate brokers and salespeople are helping people make money. So if there's a good friend in the business for everybody to make money using the powers of the internet, it certainly is licensed real estate brokers, because they have the networks. You might be an individual trying to sell a property on the internet, but you do not have the major world networks that can reach thousands of people instantly. And that's the powers that real estate brokers and salespeople have, in addition to knowing all of the sales in your area to be able to give you good ideas of how much things are selling for. And so this service is, as a broker, I've been a broker for over 40 years, but 20 years ago, back in 1992, actually, we started dedicating ourselves, and in 1994, we actually registered the name ICIWorld.com, which was the first real estate domain name used on the internet for real estate. And there was only 14 of us on the internet. In those days, it was Alta Vista. Well, we've been developing information tools since then, and a lot of our tools are being used worldwide in different concepts, and of course we use other people's and they use ours. But we are a spawning ground for new ideas that other major world services have picked up on and developed even better in their own right as well. So, but on ICI World, it's working very effectively, and we're going to cover that. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to show you is if you write down ICIWorld.mobi and go see the testimonials on your mobile phone, I'm going to click on testimonials, and this is exactly what you would see on your mobile phone, are these testimonials coming on the screen. And just to show you how it would look on your mobile phone, that's really what it should look like. In fact, I'm going to make it a little deeper here, and you can see how there's you can be viewing all of the testimonials on your mobile phone, including videos, testimonials. People have done 20 and 30 deals on ICI World, and virtually every single broker or salesperson in the world can and should be doing deals with ICI World, because it's unique in the marketplace in terms of working information, not just listings on a real estate board. Now you can do both. Really, we're like an electronic equivalent of classified ads in a newspaper. Are classified ads in a newspaper, like a threat to MLS? Absolutely not, because MLS is the best system in the world in terms of marketing real estate. I should know, I've served on MLS committees. However, you can't always put everything on a real estate board unless you actually have a signed listing. And today, 90% of the apartment buildings in certain all market areas in North America, I don't care whether I'm in Florida, Texas, California, or British Columbia, Ontario, Quebec, they're actually not on real estate boards, and same goes, so all kinds of commercial real estate is not on real estate boards. And today, with the advent of the internet, you're going to find that a lot of residential real estate is also not on the internet, as people try to sell their homes privately from time to time. Well, there is a way to network information on ICIWorld, but the reason I'm showing you the testimony is to show that everyone that is seeing this right now, this service is not wasting your time. There are deals being done here on a regular basis, and you got to get excited about it, and no one will tell you about it. And a lot of people, even in your own office, might not even tell you about it because they're busy. It's a competitive advantage to have a service like this working for you on an information basis. And so we find that we have pockets of strength in various different cities, and those brokers have a bit of an advantage. So you can read all these testimonials on your own time. These are people that have collected their commissions, made money, sold buildings, and you can read them on your computer, on your mobile device as well. And that's at ICIWorld.mobi. We recommend that you add that as a shortcut on your desktop. If you don't know how to do that, then just give us a call or make an appointment with us, and there's no obligation. You do not have to be a member to call us or make an appointment with us to show you how to add this to your mobile phone. So everyone in the world should do that. There's new real estate opportunities coming in daily, and you'll be missing out on them if you don't do it. And for the secret agents out there, we call them secret agents, anyone who's not a member of ICIWorld, you want to get your information out here, and you're going to see later what the circulation is as what you're missing by not putting it on here. So today's session is no obligation. It's absolutely free to the industry. In consideration of us doing that, we will mention some services of ICIWorld along the way, and we kindly hope that you may consider these very valuable and give us an opportunity to help them work for you. The most enjoyment we get is hearing about the testimonials of all members, and it's our goal to get every single member doing deals through this service, because there's like 4.5 billion people using the internet. There's over 7 billion cell phones in the world, people using mobile devices in the world today. So this is very prevalent, and we are at the very front edge, cutting edge, really exciting things to come, and that is the mobilization of the real estate industry worldwide. So today's session is one of the things we hope to cover is how to work real estate, what we call have and want exclusive information that generates leads. And it generates leads, and you get a buyer, and you go show a property, and you make money just like you would on a real estate board. But we're doing it with information that in some cases just simply cannot be placed on a real estate board for various reasons. And it could be somebody that says, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission. That's an opportunity for you to be working here. And in a lot of cases, the person shows so much good activity to that person that that person eventually does list, and then you put it on MLS. So this service actually helps you get MLS listings as well. And shows activity that you can get that they can't get for themselves. We do this for both commercial and residential. This gives you extra opportunities to make money, and people, I can't stress that enough, the people that have made extra money, in some cases you can make half of your income for the year by just one deal on ICIWorld. And then doing referrals, we've had people do referrals to as many as 15 referrals, and that's like 75 minutes of time that made that one broker $45,000. So there's opportunities to make extra money. Where that came from, having listings on your website where people cannot click on them, they have to call you. You can do referrals, so it can even work for part-time retired brokers. We have the only retired brokers program in the world. If you want to mark it down, you should all have a note paper. You can mark down www.retiredbrokers.com, and it'll be explained there how to do it. For the people that are part-time, every single person that has a license should do our referral program called www.referralbrokers.com. You mark that down, and you can work both now, regular real estate board listings if you're fortunate enough to get a signed listing, and a great opportunity to help those people, but you can actually work exclusive information, which in my opinion, there's 10 times as much exclusive information you can be working as what you can put on a real estate board. and we're going to show you that here today. So it is methods to get more listings that you can sell and to advertise opportunities that you can sell. And today we'll show you methods to search exclusive listings that on the market industry-wide today that are not on real estate boards. And you can do that with the mobile app that we just finished showing you, and we'll show you a couple of more. Actually, that was a mobile website. We'll show you some apps here in a moment. Now, the third thing we were going to show you today, and we're hitting the highlight points of what's going on here, is how to add real estate listings, haves, and wants to your website. We call them ICIWorld widgets, and you can mark that down and you can search our website for widgets and go in and understand how they are. I'm going to be demonstrating them again today. But just to give you an example, it becomes absolutely inevitable for you to generate leads. And I'm going to show it real quick because it just so happens we have some people that are online in this webinar that have some websites that we've created. This is one of the websites that we've created for Raymond. And I'm going to show you the widgets right off the bat. I'm going to start with the commercial one and the residential one in a moment. Now, the commercial one, the reason why we recommend every broker have both residential and commercial is because you can be like a general practitioner doctor. If somebody goes to the doctor and they have a heart problem, that doctor is going to refer you to a heart specialist. Well, the same way you're a general practitioner realtor, maybe doing mostly residential, if somebody comes to your website and if they are interested in commercial, and because you're on the internet where there's 3.5 billion people on the internet, if somebody is interested in Ontario, I'm going to use this one, we have them for California, Florida, British Columbia, every jurisdiction in the world you can have these listings. I'm going to click on this and you're going to see that it says that we subscribe to a global broker information listing service, and actually we have one of the largest mobile real estate networking services now in the world today. We invite every broker in the world to join it and enjoy helping you do deals in your area. And when any of the following interest you, please feel free to give me a call. Now, in this particular case, you can search by city, and if somebody happens to go down here and say clicks on Brampton and does a search, right away all these listings come up. And so this is coming up within your website. That's why I went down and up to show you that it's within your website. I'm going to suggest to Raymond where it says please contact. You should put your name and your phone number right there, Raymond, and then we'll show you how to do that later. Just mark it down, make an appointment. By the way, whenever we say make an appointment, if you go to our main website, which is ICIWorld.com, you're going to see here make an appointment. That's all you have to write down, ICIWorld.com. Click on make an appointment, and you can make a 30-minute appointment or you can make a 60-minute appointment. And if you wanted to make a 30-minute appointment, even if it's for one question, and it's okay, there's no obligation to join. You can pick any day you wish, and there's times and openings on every day. So if I was to click on Tuesday, you'll see it starts as early as 7 a.m. You can actually make appointments throughout the day. The only evenings that we work are actually on Thursdays. If you go to Thursday, you'll see there's a couple of times in the evenings there that you can have an appointment. But generally speaking, there's opportunities to make appointments throughout the day, and it works very, very good. So instead of having 50 people calling in at one time and have to wait on hold and all that kind of stuff, you make an appointment and we're there exactly there 10 minutes before your time, ready to handle your questions. And so what happens is if someone likes a little hand with their website, they make an appointment, bingo, we're in the appointment, we go and start fixing this within the first minute of that appointment. Now, the beauty of what we're trying to get to and why you've taken your busy time here today is you want to know a broker's been in the business for 40 years and he's taken his time out here to kind of show you this stuff. Why is it absolutely inevitable to trigger leads? Well, we're the only service in the world doing it right now that I know of. Look at this. You cannot click on these numbers. You can't do it. So that means that if Raymond can get people to go to his website, this particular website, and we have a program for that, and they're going to try to click on that, they can't do it. They're going to call Raymond and say, Raymond, I'm interested in message number 348923. Can you help me? And Raymond's going to say, yes, I certainly can help you. I will have someone call you back. And then Raymond can get a hold of the broker that's got this particular property in Brampton and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? So you can call this other broker, you can end up doing a referral, and referrals are averaging 5 minutes to do, and they're averaging $3,000 to $10,000, and you'll see them coming on happening here. Because if you have this information on your website, you have an opportunity to trigger a lead. If you don't have them, then you don't have these opportunities to trigger leads, obviously. And so this is like having classified ads on your website in a way that triggers leads. Now that was just picking one city. You can also do keywords in the case of commercial, and come down here and you'll see hotels, motels, restaurants, gas stations, just all kinds of things that are on here, including power of sales, and you can click on that and see what's going on, gas stations and restaurants and donut shops and the whole works. In terms of commercial, searching on that, you'll see all the restaurants kind of coming on the screen here. So if you're handing out your business card and you just finished leaving a restaurant, why not hand out your business card and say, listen, by the way, I've got over 200 buyers and sellers of restaurants on my website if you're ever interested to see it. Here's my business card, and visit my website. Tell them to make sure they click on commercial and Ontario commercial and look for keyword restaurant. And bingo, they'll be able to see this. And if all of a sudden they're interested in one of these particular properties here, someplace, bingo, you can end up getting a call. And if you don't want to sell businesses, you're going to call the other broker and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? And in a lot of cases, these are 10% commissions for businesses. So in the case of this, it could be $46,000, half and half, $23,000 to the selling, $23,000 to the listing broker. You could actually get 25% of the $23,000, which is almost $6,000, just for doing a 5-minute referral. And it's happening. If you don't have it, you have no chance. The moment you install these links, and these links can be installed to anybody's website that's in real estate that has a license, and this can work for you, triggering leads. So this is, we're covering this right at the very beginning. Now I'm also going to show you that in addition to Ontario, there's a world button that you'll also get where people can search anything in the world. They can pick any area of the world that they wish to search. They can pick all these keywords that they wish to search. They can pick a business category. If any of these business categories come up, if somebody wants shopping center, or if they even want residential real estate, there it is right there, and you could pick a city up here if you wanted to. You can choose the haves or the properties for sale. Wants are what buyers are looking for, and if you wanted to see what buyers are looking for real estate, watch this, click on that, and bingo, lo and behold, look at all the buyers. Look at all the people that are looking to buy. So you can see that it's really a reflection. That's why we call it the market, just like a farmer's market. You got oranges and apples and vegetables and everything. This is the market of real estate. All different kinds of people looking for all different kinds of property. And so it's a market of people to put in what they have and what they want, opportunities, etc. And you can sort them by price. If you want to sort the properties by price and say the residential and change it to a have, you can sort them by price. And you're going to see how quickly, when I clicked on OK, how they all come up. So you got properties from millions of dollars, residential homes, right down to, and you can post your city and go right down to 200,000 if it's in a small community, or 100,000, even properties 50 to 100,000 throughout, provinces and states. No matter where you are, everything's sorted by price, and you can kind of do that. And our brokers are reporting, and in some cases they kind of get into an offer literally sometimes within 4 calls, and the reason is there's 4 ingredients in the subject line. And that it's the location is covered. Basically, here's one in Quinte, 90 minutes east of Toronto, so we know the general location. We know that it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home for $499. So if somebody calls you, they've already qualified themselves, and they're already in that price range. So it's up to you to finally qualify them and kind of show them the property and go sell it. It can be that fast. Literally, people have made $50,000 with 2 hours work here, just seeing something like this, and it seems to be the right one that they were looking for, and it can happen so very quickly. This service, by the way, was started out of a book that we read by Bill Gates many, many years ago, called it The Speed of Thought. So this is really taking the thinking of what's in a real estate broker and salesperson's mind. And if you have an opportunity for a property coming for sale, well, by golly, you should maybe put it on here. And then you tell people when they call that you'll put them on a list. And the moment you get your listing signed, you will call them back, and they can be one of the first people to go through the property. And you want to make sure, in order to get the highest and best price, that you have the listing signed, give everybody a chance to look at it. But you can be building up people in the meantime to look at it once it comes for sale. Here's a good example here, coming for sale, Georgian Bay. So, and then once you get the listing signed, so you can be assembling a list of people to show the property once it comes for sale. Okay, let's go right back, and you can see that there's business opportunities here as well. These are all links to go on a website. These all trigger leads for you. And then under residential, you'll see the same thing. If you go down to residential exclusives, there they are there. Oh, by the way, these websites are totally set up by ICIWorld, and then you can choose whatever you want. If you have a picture of a home, it makes your website look residential. If you have a picture of a commercial building, it makes your website look commercial. Here's another sample website, and again, the same thing. We recommend all brokers have residential and then also have commercial. If somebody's interested in residential, these are the exclusive listings, and they come up. And then if somebody's interested in Toronto, they click on it, they can pick a price that they want, give you a call, go show the property, and make $15,000. All right, and that's how that works. Now, in addition to that, there's also beautiful color photos and slideshow displays, because I know that's on some people's minds, you know, how to have all of these kind of beautiful color photos and slideshow displays, excuse me, right on your website, and you'll see them all coming up here. The beautiful thing about this is people can just click on one of these, and then you'll get the interior photos of the properties as well. And so this is up to you as brokers to make sure your photos are really kind of nicely done. And so that when they're all exhibited across the networks, 3 major world networks that we work with, MLS is one of them that you should be putting your properties on, but there's also other networks to put your properties on as well, and you never know where you're going to get your next buyer. It's sort of like going fishing. Anybody that's a fisherman, you know, if you put your line in the water, you never know where you're, in the case of real estate, where your next deal is coming from. So you want to cover some of the major real estate networks in the world where limited amount of time you can just add. In fact, these websites can be set up that when you hand in your MLS listing, it automatically goes onto your website right into this particular spot right here, so that we're showing. Okay, let's move on. Okay. And so that's why we say it's absolutely inevitable for you to generate leads. That one item alone is worth joining our service right off the bat. And if you call us, we can maybe do a little introductory special if you want to make an appointment with us, and we'll kind of get you started. So it's like having classified ads on your website, and you get all the calls. Now, if your membership expires, the listings will change so that people can click on those message numbers. Now, that's kind of similar when you think about it to having listings from a real estate board displayed where people can see the addresses. It's possible people can actually end up driving by properties first when they see all your real estate board listings because they can see the address, and next thing you know, they do a deal with the other broker because they see the sign on the front of the property, and you don't get any credit. Now, we still think it's important to have all these real estate board listings on your website, and the reason for having that is, you know, you're going to have customers that are going to say, I'd like to go see these 4 MLS listings this weekend. So all your customers are going to call you for sure. There's no guarantee, however, that somebody new coming to your website will call you, whereas the widgets with ICIWorld, when you're a member, they are absolutely inevitable for you to get the leads because they can't click on them. Now, why is it good to even consider having more than one website? And by the way, you can link the websites together. Websites are like billboards. And so if you have 2 billboards or 3 billboards out there and they're all generating leads, then why not? Now, if you're not getting leads from any of your websites, it's almost like, why even have a website in the first place? But we're going to suggest that every broker can get leads. However, not many brokers have spent any time, even much time. I wonder if anybody's even spent an hour sometimes to promote their website. Well, we have a monthly webinar that you can attend that's called How to Promote Your Website. Now, how do you get into that webinar? It's very important that everyone know this, because if you don't promote your website, you might as well not even have a website. We're going to go back to our main page, and I'm going to go down the page just a little bit, and you're going to see something that says For Members. I'm going to click on that, and when I do, you're going to see that there's 2 major world webinars that we run each month, and the whole world of real estate people There's 1.3 million people in the National Association of Realtors, and there's another 100,000 more in Canadian Real Estate Association. You should take these 2 webinars. We're inviting every single one of you to take these 2 webinars, and it's just our little way of helping to contribute to the body of knowledge to help you become successful in real estate. And there's no obligation to have to join ICIWorld, but hopefully you'll see that, you know, if you got the widgets, you got a chance to make money. If you don't, you don't. So that should be a no-brainer, but to understand it, sometimes people don't. So that's why you should make an appointment, maybe ask for more questions. Nevertheless, register for the webinar, how to promote your website. And that's really where brokers should be spending their time over the next year, is doing that. If you're sitting in front of a computer just working on your website, you're really not kind of triggering leads. And no matter how pretty or colorful your website is, it's really the listings on your website, we feel, that are triggering the leads. And we're going to show you statistics on that very shortly. Okay, so we're going to show you what it takes to be generating leads every 90 days. In fact, we have a measurement tool. It's called Our Pledge. Some of the members have seen that, that everybody should be generating leads every 90 days, and what to do about it if you are not generating these leads. Well, make an appointment with us. We have a checklist. We go through it, and literally within 2, 3 to 5 minutes, we can show you right off the bat. It's that fast. Every single broker in the world should give us a call, and we'll show you maybe a couple of things that you can be doing to add very little to your marketing plans for the next year that can make all the difference in the world to generating and double. And we have some people here that have made over $1 million. So if we say triple on everything incomes, we have people that have done it, okay? And you just have to read our testimonials to see it. Now, I'll give you an example. Here's another major important point. This is the final major important point we're covering right in the beginning, is mobile real estate websites. Why are they essential? Well, because if you could get every single one of your customers, everybody in your sphere of influence, let's say you attend a wedding and there's 300-400 people there, wouldn't it be nice if every single person at that wedding had your mobile real estate website on their phone? And let's show you how that works. Now I'm going to minimize some of these things because I want you to see exactly how it works. Watch this. I'm going to make this the size of a mobile phone. Let me move it right over here. Oopsie daisy. Hang on. Try it again. Let's go down here. So this is the size of a mobile website. Now we make these mobile websites for you from ICIWorld. We're an official distributor of these websites. We're a first line of support to help you with these websites, and we can help you with basically anything on this website. Education, the complete design of it, every single thing on this website can be changed. It's HTML. People, you can do anything you want with HTML. So it can be made to look like anything. So when I show a sample website, let you know that you can change it to almost everything. But look how nicely it comes up on the front page. So in other words, if somebody's got Raymond's website on their phone, this is the little hamburger button that you can click on where people can search real estate. And if they want to search residential homes and they click on this one here, for instance, GTA homes and condos, which I just clicked on, what you're going to see come up on the screen are beautiful homes. And now you're going to see them all sort of sorted by price right now. And there's many different ways that you can search these things, but I'm going to click on one of these, and we're going to see how an individual property actually looks on the website. And there it is. And you're going to notice that there's 25 photos here that I can start clicking through, so you can start seeing the beautiful photos inside of this home. Now you tell me, if your website could be on every single one of your customers' phones where they could search properties like this, this is fantastic. I mean, the biggest problem a lot of us have, you sell a home to somebody and they love you, the way everything you've done for them, and 2 years later they end up buying from somebody else another home and selling their home. It's because you never kept in touch with them. But if you've got your website, mobile website, on every one of your customers' phones, and during the year they can give you a call and check out prices, and if they want to go see a home and they see it on your website, they call you, you go show the property, you can make $15,000 real Nice, because you already did all your homework. You did all the preparation, all the years of work you put into real estate. You have the best presentation that you could have on everybody's mobile phone by having this on your website. What else can they search on your website? There's no limit. Why? Because not only do you have residential, they can also, I'll show you one more thing for residential, they can search residential on your phone and they can fill in this form, put their email address in themselves. We know that MLS can do this, but MLS, you have to be the one that does it. The customers cannot do it themselves. Secondly, the website that we have here can send out exclusive listings, something that the real estate boards cannot send out. So these are things that you have as an advantage by having this website. How much are they? $16.50 a month. People, we're not talking big stuff here. You know, people here are coming into this session and say, oh, how much is everything going to cost? We're talking a membership in ICIWorld per year of $319. We're talking $16.50 for the website per month, $199 per year, or just do it for $19 a month. And then we have little specials from time to time. And I know we say just one deal can do it. It's absolutely true, but one deal can do it for a lifetime, not just for 1 year. When you make $10,000 or $15,000 just paid for a lifetime of services, and we're one of the #1 information services on the internet every real estate broker should belong to. And it's like fishing. You put your information on it, and if someone is interested, they call you. You make an appointment, go show the property, get an offer, and make some money. I mean, it's straightforward, and you just read our test 50 pages. Anyways, you can come down here and you can put in the low price that they're looking for, the high price. People, anybody that's doing open houses on the weekend, you should be doing what I'm showing you right now. Get the people on the open house coming through and say, listen, I have a website, and if we want to send out the residential listings, and if you want the condominiums to come to you as well, you can click on that. And then you can specify the location of what you're looking for. And if it's in the GTA area, not particularly downtown Toronto, and if it happens to be in Milton, you could click on Milton. All of a sudden, you can have all the homes in Milton get automatically emailed to your customers. This is going on automatically for you while you're doing other things. If you're not programming your purchasers into your website to send out these listings, I'm going to say shame on you. And if I was a broker in your office, I'd be saying you should get one of these things, because it's a tool that can help every single one of you make more money. That's exactly what this can do. So if you had 20 people come through an open house and 10 of them not working with somebody, program those 10 people to receive listings from your website absolutely free, and bingo, 3 days or even 3 weeks from now, somebody gets an email listing from your website with a house on it. You get a call 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Somebody says, I just got an email from your website. It just sent us a new listing. Can we see it tonight at 7 o'clock? Well, isn't that wonderful? You now have an opportunity to go to work for those people, make an appointment, and go show the property. You would not have that if you did not have this working for you for $16.50. Come on, it's worth it. Okay, I know it's internet and everybody's coming at you with all kinds of different services here from time to time. I know this is another service, but it's a special, very special service here. I'm a broker sitting back here with over 20 years helping brokers on the internet do this stuff, and I know we get lopped in with everybody else up there, but it is uniquely special. We've examined, we've defined it, we've gone through the school of hard knocks developing these tools to make them work. And these are like all choices that you can have on your website. I'm not going to go through and explain the rest of this. It's covered in another webinar called How to Promote Your Website. Okay, let's move on.
Gary?
Yes, go ahead. Question coming in? Go ahead. Yes, I can hear you.
Question. I just wanted to see how you get there, like where to, I missed it, how you get to sign them up, you know? Like
okay, well, let's go and show you another website, which is, let me see, not there, not there, not there. Oh, sorry, I know where it is. Hang on 1 second here. Let's go to another website. Here it is here. There we are. Okay, is this your website?
Yeah, it's mine.
Okay, very good. Yeah, we started here. Okay, let me go right back to the home page. So in other words, when you're talking to somebody on an open house, you can let them know that, and by the way, we'll remove this as soon as you've got the MLS working.
Okay.
and
Okay.
I don't think you've got the MLS installed on here yet. Let me just, for the people
Yeah.
that don't know that, let me cover that right now. Let me move this tab over here so I can be right beside. But if I go to residential, you'll see that we've got the MLS working, and you must have the MLS working. I mean, this is a great source of real estate, and this is where you're going to be marketing real estate. This is the goal, to get your properties onto MLS. Absolutely, get it on here. No question about it. And you must have that on your website so that, but every single broker has got this MLS working on their website, or if they don't, they should have. um, but in addition to that, you'll also have exclusive listings. Now, when we highlight residential, if we come over here, you'll see all these different buttons that we've set up. And let's go back to your website to show you that. Now, what community are you in?
North York.
In North York. So you could have a North York button up here, which you don't have yet. We can make a special North York button.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. With this website, we got a special Mississauga, Brampton, Caledon area. So whatever area of the world, I don't care if you're in Houston, Texas, or any place in the world, we make up special buttons for your local market area. And then we also make up special buttons for your bigger general area, and perhaps even for your state or province. These are all, and there's 300,000 real estate brokers and salespeople utilizing these websites from time to time. And it's a very, very powerful tool for brokers to have one of these working for them. So let's go back to your website, and if you want to show people and talk to them about how they can program themselves, you come under residential and you'll see a special button here called property search. I'm going to click on it. And up comes this screen, which gives people an opportunity to put in their email address, which you'll see there's a little red thing here making that mandatory. Now, if you get so many calls that you don't want people, unless they put the first, last name and a phone number in, you could actually make those mandatory too if you wanted to. However, email address is a mandatory, and types of property, if a person wants commercial, condominium, farm, lots, multifamily, recreational, you can program this website to automatically send it out from your website with your telephone numbers. It's beautiful. So if you click on residential, now you can click on location, and these locations can be designed for every single area of the world, from Vancouver, Edmonton, California, you name it, it's covering North America beautifully. And we're just having to use one example because I can't show you 20 examples all at one time. And there's going to be people listening to this video over time that are from all over the world. I'm letting you know that it applies for you all over the world. If you want a special presentation, just make an appointment. Go to ICIWorld.com, click on make an appointment. We'll be talking to you through the internet, no matter where you are in the world. And if there's a phone call required because the sound's not good, we'll call you so you don't have to worry about the nickel. Okay, so now you click on, let's say if they want Toronto, and in Toronto, they might only want to be in Etobicoke. And so if you want to be in Etobicoke, you might just program Etobicoke. Bingo. You tell me, and it delves right into neighborhoods. And if somebody only wants to be near the High Park area, in Toronto, you can actually choose all the little corners and neighborhoods in that area, because sometimes a mother and a father might be living in an area and the daughter wants to move right beside them, but they can't find a home. So you can program your website that if a home ever becomes available in that particular neighborhood, they'll get a copy by email. So it could even be 6 months from now, somebody gets an email of a home popping up right near their mother's or father's home. They're going to get an email. They call you, bingo, they want to go buy that home right away. Whew. And your website can do that. You tell me if that isn't a powerful tool in this business. It's exciting. And, a lot of people are asleep at the wheel right now because they're just overwhelmed with information, people suffering information overload. They come to our website and they're lost. How do you sort through all this stuff? That's our challenge out here, to try to make everything simplified. So if there's somebody with megabucks out there that can simplify what we're doing here today, please let us know, because we can make this available. We want this to be available for the whole world. Anything we can do to help make it available for every single broker, we want to do it. So then you can choose all of Etobicoke, and then when you come down to the bottom, they just fill it in. So they can actually subscribe themselves, or you can help them do it. We recommend that you have 1 or 2 iPads on the table in the kitchen when you do an open house, and let people do this automatically, or they can do it automatically on their phone. Look at that. So in other words, you tell them you can actually subscribe themselves on their own mobile device and you'll see how it looks on a mobile device. So this is very, very exciting for them to be able to program themselves, and when they do, if something becomes available that matches the description of what they're looking for, they get a copy and it's going to have your name on it. And how does it look? Well, let's just click on any one of these. I'll just take this one here for now. That's an investment property, mind you, but that's okay. We'll come down here and go down, and you'll see how your name is going to appear here, Irene.
Mm-hmm.
Now your picture is not showing, so you can get your picture on here when you have a chance, but it's got your office number and your cell number, and so people can pick up the phone, give you a call and say, I'd like more information on this property, and maybe I'd like to go see it on Saturday. Can you set it up? And in this particular case here, this property happens to be $3.4 million. Bingo, you got a chance to make a lot of money. So getting people to go to your website, that's the most important thing to do. Now, what I want to impress today to everyone that's listening, unless your website is set up to do that, you're still not going to make any money promoting your website. And that's what we cover in that How to Promote Your Website. I'll give you an example. Now, let's go back to Search MLS on Raymond's site. Let's say that we zero. Oh, okay, go ahead. Question?
Yeah. Last question. Does when they receive the information about the properties, is it only MLS properties or everything exclusive to?
It's both. In other words, on your website, there's 3 major world networks, and that's a very good question. I'm calling MLS, the Toronto Real Estate Board MLS service. It's called the IDX link that we install for you. This is one major world network, and you'll see how the properties come up. But all of the addresses you'll see here are coming up. You see where it says here, address? So it's possible that people can actually drive by this address first before calling you. If they click on it, up comes the information. Now it's got Raymond's information right here, so hopefully the people are going to call him on this particular property. At the bottom of all these listings, it's a requirement that also the listing brokerage also appear. It's in fine print. So if somebody wants to bypass you, they really can 2 ways. Now I notice here it says private address, so that's the first time I'm seeing that. So that's kind of helpful. That way it sort of gets people to call Raymond and he can follow up with the address. Let's click on this one here and see if it does it. Oh, so here's some of them. They've got the address on them as well. And in this case, somebody could end up driving by the property first, calling that particular person, and then next thing you know, they can see the for sale sign on the front of the property and end up giving that other broker a call. These are all rentals here. Okay, those were rentals. There are a lot of rentals in that area. So you see how that kind of works. And the difference from what we do on ICIWorld, if somebody theoretically wanted, click on medical, for instance, somebody wanted one of these, they can't click on these at all. But they do know what it's all about, and they know, generally speaking, what area is. Here's people, buyers and sellers looking for things. Oh, that sort of just explains some of that. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Thank you so much. And so you can see why they're essential. If every single one of your customers can have it on their mobile phone, they're going to have exclusive information, they're going to have MLS information, they're going to have 3 major world networks on their website, and the websites actually distribute exclusive listings that are not on real estate boards to your customers, so that's very important as well. And this is for licensed real estate brokers globally, and people do view their phones 7 times more than computers, so it's a concept that every single person in your sphere of influence should have your mobile website on their phone. And if you want to hear more about that, we recommend that you go to ICIWorld.com and you click on the blog. If I was to go here, ICIWorld.com, and you can use these ideas in your regular business. All the ideas from here, you can be applying them in other areas. When you get to ICIWorld.com, you'll see the word blog right there, and when you click on it, you'll see articles that are sort of going over some of the things that we're covering today. Mobile real estate brokers networking service, and that's really one of the things we're very excited about, these mobile networking services, and very exciting from ICIWorld. I'll give you an example of how it can be. You can take this website here, open up Safari or Google Chrome on your phone, And when you type that in, ICIWorld.mobi, we recommend that you add that as a shortcut. That means that in 1 second you can click on your phone and bring this up. And if you want to search residential or commercial, you click on one of these. I'm calling this the second, brings this up. And then when you click on search database, this is 3 seconds to see the latest listings coming on the screen. And if any one of these things happens to be interesting for you, you click on it, up comes the full page of information on this particular property. It's that fast. It's literally the thinking in everyone's brains all posted in one spot. Because in the case of a lot of these listings, these are actually, you'll see here, this is exclusive. This is not on real estate boards. So this is Don Jerry, who has placed this particular property, and he's also posted some information here where you can click on the link that he's posted into his particular listing, and it actually gives the location of the property. I don't know how well it's working here, but the point is you can put links to listings, links to photos, links to all kinds of things in all of these listings. And you'll notice you can search by keyword. You just pick one keyword and search, and you can search a city. And if you want to search this, theoretically Toronto area, search that. And if you want to sort them by price, you can sort them by price and click on search database, and bingo, look at that. They're all sorted by price. And if you're looking in a special price range for kind of a development site for townhouses, there's one right there. Click on it, give the person a call. Again, oh, Irene, this happens to be yours. Isn't that something? I just happened to pick that one. But you'll see this is a regular client. This is not on MLS. So there's a great opportunity. We recommend that this service actually become part of real estate boards as information services, part of the real estate board, much like they have regular services from real estate boards for listings. Anyways, that shows you how that can work very nicely, all from a phone. It uses up no resources when it's a shortcut, and you can do the same thing for residential. If you wanted to see properties coming for sale, bingo, there they are. Now, in our case, when we see coming for sale, we're recommending that the brokers can start to get buyers ahead of getting the listing, so that once you get the listing and expose it to the full power of what a listing on a real estate board can do, you can include some initial customers that you might be able to come up with in the meantime, and that way you're doing more of a greater job getting more people to go through that home. And then if you set a time like the following Tuesday for offers, that's when you can really maximize the best possible price. Now, in some cases, time is of the issue, and people are ready to leave some money back on the table just to get the time factor. They have to close on another house right away, and they don't want to go an extra 2-3 weeks to try to find out if they can get a little more money. They're happy with X amount of dollars because the next home they're going to get is going to be a great savings going forward and a better investment, and they want to do that one. So by getting it on here, you can sometimes get buyers faster, quicker, and easier, because when you post information, it's instantly available worldwide on tens of thousands of places throughout the internet when you put it on ICIWorld.com, and it's instantly available, and very, very exciting that way. Now, we're recommending that, and we're going to cover in a moment how to work exclusive information here in a moment. Okay, so that's just one of the items that you can see coming for sale. But if a person's looking for a cottage, they can click on cottage, and if you wanted to sort them by price, all the cottages, bingo, you can actually click on search. There's some right there. Now you'll notice that we've got have want age 3 months. We do not delete listings here for 5 years because they're all connections for doing business, and we got a lot of networking going on, mostly in the realm of commercial real estate. But let's talk about cottages. If you open this up to any age, theoretically, all of these cottages, some of these people, this one here, they might be available, or maybe this particular broker, if you call this particular broker who happens to be here, she might know about other properties in these Kawartha Lakes district. And if I click on all about Kawartha Lakes, you're going to see how the information on all these other areas can actually pop up on the screen, and so people can actually learn about properties in other areas by the links that can be posted in all the listings. A lot of these listings have links to other places that people can click on. You'll see Ken Brown's got a picture of it right there. So yes, we do have pictures, and then you can click on their websites down here, and actually more pictures come up right to their website. So this is lead generation for your website as well by promoting things that are on ICIWorld. Okay, let's move out of here. And that's for the mobile widget. Now, in addition to that, of course, you can go to the App Store or the Play Store and install the app. Must make sure that you answer yes to every question. Otherwise, the app doesn't get installed, because Google and Apple both want you to answer yes to everything when you install apps. That way, if you ever want to send it through to people by your contacts and all that, you can do that easily. We do not have your contacts and all that kind of stuff, but Apple wants you to be able to have it to be able to network seamlessly through the internet. Okay, so this happens to be our blog, and you can go down and read other services that we have down here, building information services for the real estate industry. And we know that a lot of other industries worldwide. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually try to show a little video right now. I wonder if, okay, webcam and video. People, I'm doing something I've never done before. This is going to be the first time I'm doing it. I'm actually going to share a video here. Oh, brother, how do I do it? I think hopefully I can drag this across. Let me see if I can. Nope, can't seem to do that. Hang on, I'm starting to play it. Hold on one second. Okay, this is a 4-minute video. Let me see. What's the? I don't know whether you are. I know that when I ran GoToMeeting, I could just drag the video right over, but maybe I have to get. Okay, I'm not going to spend time on it, but I'll do it for next session. We can actually drag the video right over into this particular spot here and actually show the video. I'm going to stop this recording for the moment and then restart it in a moment. I'm going to try to find the, and here we go. So we're going to continue on. Recording of the video is not recording at this time. What does that mean? Okay, recording of video is not supported at this time. Now what happened? Okay, can you still, oh, I got to share the screen maybe. Hang on. We're having an internet issue. Okay, so we're going to continue recording our session for today. Alrighty, let's move on. So if everyone can mark this down, there's two things that you should put on your mobile phones. One is the one that says for BlackBerry and all devices, ICIWorld.mobi. That's simply a shortcut. The other one is that if you have an Android or an iPhone, you just search the app at the Play Store and you should install it. And literally it's 3 to 7 seconds. Please, people, if you cannot find something within 3 to 7 seconds, please make an appointment with us, whether you are a member or not, even a member of the public, and we will help you over the phone to try to get this going. We have solutions for everything, 100%, 99%, but to 100%. Just like you to know. The exciting thing about the .mobi site for everyone listening is that, especially members, is when you add something to ICIWorld, everything we're doing is to bring traffic to your particular listings. And we've gone literally from 0 to 8,000 users developing these mobile tools so that people can see your listings. So the whole industry should think about this, that we're building this for the whole industry to see your listings instantly. You add something to ICIWorld and it's instantly available to the public. They give you a call, you show a property, you go make some money. It's that fast. So it's gone from 0 to 8,000 users in 2016. We expected, we've already seen an increase in January of 2017 and February, and we expect it actually will double to hopefully 15 to 20,000 in 2017, and it'll actually double after that as well. So that's what we kind of see happening with the people using the mobile versions of our website, which is geared to collect information from a whole industry. And that's different from any other service in the world because we don't know anyone else aggregating information. Yes, there's the Zillows of the world and there's real estate boards of the world, but as an independent service collecting information from a whole industry, specializing as well in exclusive information and allowing, of course, the real estate brokers to advertise their real estate board listings. To be quite honest, people, it's simply an electronic equivalent of classified ads in a newspaper. If you could advertise in the Toronto Star, the New York Times, USA Today, or any major world newspaper or any newspaper absolutely for free all year long, isn't that exciting? That's exactly what you get on ICIWorld. Now you say free. Yeah, you pay the $3.19 for the year, but then you make money. It's an investment, and it must and should be an investment. If you don't do a deal, it was a cost. I agree. However, what you learn throughout the year on how to make money using the internet. That should benefit you with your website, generating leads, and all kinds of other ways, learning how to promote your website. All of these things for $319. One of these services worth $319. We got 20 of them. They're all worth $319. Could be $319 times 20. But we included them all because we wanted it to be the best of the internet for the real estate industry, and we have our heart, mind, and soul in this to build it for licensed real estate brokers. Hope everyone appreciates it. Okay, in addition to these 8,000 users, if you click on the circulation, distribution, and readership, get excited because we're on the front page of major industry trade publications, and you're going to see that there's a lot of distribution of the information going on, and it's 24 hours a day that this information is being promoted throughout the industry. And you'll see there's some of our stats that there's 30 to 40,000 unique sites coming in monthly, and behind every unique site is a person. If you go down here, you'll see there's readership from people from 138 countries. There's 20,000 emails that distribute information daily to subscribers. There's 18,000 pages on the internet, penetrating the farthest reaches of the internet since 1994. And when you post one ad on here, it reaches all of those instantly. Tens of thousands of subscribers receive information monthly. Our print advertising on the front page of papers reaches 300,000 people readership. One person sees the ICIWorld.mobi, they go to the site, see your listing, give you a call, you go show a property and make $20,000. That's what's happening here. Read the testimonials if you don't believe me. And can you do it? You bet you can do it. And give us a chance to do it is what we're simply asking. But let's see if we can help you do it. Now, you keep in mind, this has cost major investment of time, capital, and money to kind of get the service doing. So you've got to kind of keep the service growing to continue to develop it for you. Are you hearing me now? Can you answer? Are you hearing me now? If you can answer yes or no in the chat window, people, can you hear me? Can you?
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I know that I was cut off from time to time, so just put a note in the chat window if you can't hear me all of a sudden. That kind of helps. Okay, let's continue on here. And let me make this full screen and kind of continue on. Here we go. All right, now, you can take a picture of this. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but this is part of the education that our service provides for the industry, and that is namely all of these various apps that you can put on your phone. These are some of the most popular apps in the industry. I use Evernote every single day to keep track of things. It's one of the most used apps. This is the one that I use for keeping track of all my passwords on all my different devices. Dropbox, instead of this, if I drop my computer today, I can bring up another computer, log into Dropbox, all the files are there, and I can continue on in business. It's that great. I have a question for everyone. If you lost your computer today or if it crashed, are you in trouble? If you are, consider getting Dropbox working for you. It's similar to the cloud. If you can put everything in the cloud, it's the same thing. How to make phone calls absolutely free worldwide, Magic Jack, Skype, etc. Inman.com, just a great service. I subscribe to it, and you can find out what's going on in the world of real estate. It's articles all about real estate brokers and salespeople throughout the United States and sometimes Canada. Find an iPhone, speedtest.net. Whatever you do, if you go to speedtest.net to check your speed, do not subscribe to anything on that site, or you're going to end up with a whole bunch of pop-ups. But a lot of gurus and a lot of techie people use speed tests to check the speed of their connections. Again, just make an appointment with us if you need something done. Anyways, those are some of those apps. There's some real estate apps that are on the screen. Absolutely helpful. You can be in a car and pull up the houses across the street while you're in the car if you have this right on your iPad. And so you can be talking to people. If somebody's interested in a home around $400,000 or $500,000 and the home across the street $600,000, they want to go see it, but they don't know it's $600,000. Maybe you don't. Pull it up on your iPad, and you can actually remove that from consideration right away, so it keeps them on track in your price range. So it can have many good uses to be able to pull up properties right on your iPad in a car while you're sitting in front of a property, not while you're driving, of course. Top CCIM commercial apps that a lot of brokers have recommended. There they are on the screen. We're not going to go through that now, but you can take a picture of it. You can pause these videos at a later time if you're listening to it and actually go through them and kind of check them out over the next year when you have time to do so. Saving keystrokes for the rest of your life? Yeah, you should put your top 10 favorite websites on your favorites bar. If you ever need a hand doing it, give us a call, make an appointment. We'll show you how to do that. I would write this down and go over this particular site with everyone in your family, because you might be paying particular attention to watch security on your computer, but maybe one of the kids upstairs might not be, or it could be vice versa. Maybe they are and you aren't. The point is that there's a whole bunch of things that are good to listen to on the security page, and let the kids go through it and maybe come up with things to show you how you can be paying more particular attention. One of the #1 places that is allowing people to get into their computers is in Burlington, Ontario. A study was done where the computers are on all the time and the kids are leaving them on upstairs and downstairs and down in the basement, and they're vulnerable. You know, computers and networks are vulnerable to all these different things, and you can see what you can do to learn how to design better passwords and how to know what phishing is. If you don't know what phishing is, PHISHING, you're cruising for a bruising. It's almost like not knowing what a stop sign is driving a car. So all of that can be taught on that security page. People have already clicked on the buttons on your phones, and I thank you so much, and you're welcome to ask questions anytime you want. For the people that don't know us, that's my particular information. I'm just a real estate broker in the business like everyone else, and managed offices and ran franchises and owned franchise as well. And today I'm just so excited to be growing older with everyone in the business with all these great information tools that we started reading about back in the early 1990s. We heard the internet was coming, and absolutely the best marketing medium known to man, where anybody on any place on earth, you connect in with ICIWorld, so you have property for sale, and the people offshore, this is what's helping a lot of them invest in Canada, the United States, and other countries. By just putting it on ICIWorld, people can relate to it, and then when they get here, and we've got $5 million sales in Belleville, for instance, being sold to people from offshore, and it's very, very exciting. So this is where we're coming from, and it's nice to let you know that we're coming at it from the point of view of a broker. I look around the office, it kills us with all the expenses going on in every single real estate office. So this service was built to take advantage of the internet to cut the cost of doing business. If we can just get right into a showing, bingo, that kind of helps cut the cost of doing business. Now, the reason for all the social media down there, we recommend everybody connect with us on those things, is to help promote your website, believe it or not. People go to your Facebook site and you got stuff about the family and somebody graduated and a new baby. And next thing you know, they can also see that you work in real estate, and they click on your website and they see you got a mobile website, and then they see that you've got 3 major world networks and you got exclusive listings and you got all kinds of listings and beautiful color photos, and you can put it on their phone. It's another way of kind of promoting your website, having all the social media. And as a matter of fact, Google will give you an extra ranking if you have social media on your website. It's one of the things you'll learn in our next seminar called How to Promote Your Website, which is a big one coming up March 31st. We already got about 50 people registered. We expect to have about 200-300 register for that one. There's our instructor lineup. These people, wonderful people in the business, they all have just a wonderful willingness and enjoyment of helping people in the industry teaching-wise, and all of these people are teachers in their own right and coaches, and they've also kindly consented to conduct our seminars, which is a 2-hour seminar in real estate boards and offices, to conduct this PowerPoint as well. The member testimonials I've already gone over from literally all countries, companies in the business. It's just proof positive that everyone can be doing business on ICIWorld. One of the reasons we're here today is because real estate, and this is very exciting, everybody should get charged up about this, that it is real estate that provides the highest return on investment of any industry on the internet. And our testimonials prove it, where, you know, one call, one lead can make you $50,000, $200,000. That's happened here. And one of those teachers, for instance, sold a $75 million office building, and she got it from ICIWorld. And if you want to know how that happened, you can read about it, and I'll just continue on. But it started from a want, by the way, just so you know. Somebody called her with a building and said, do you really have a real buyer? Because everybody questions everything on the internet. And I can tell you that on ICIWorld, it's like a gold mine. But with a gold mine, you know, you have to dig through some dirt sometimes to get to the gold. But the gold is here. The gold is here. And you'll read the testimonials, because every one of those people can buy a gold bar, and 10 of them in some cases and more. So just treat them all as gems here. Nobody tells you about this stuff except us on this particular service. When you're on ICIWorld, you can do business not only in your own province or state, but you can do it around the world. Here's some interesting stats. 92% of the people that are looking to buy real estate actually use the internet. So get excited. We're right on the front cutting edge services of all this stuff. 50% use the mobile website. Isn't that interesting? That's pretty high, and that's a recent stat. Then 9% sold without an agent. That meant of all the FSBOs that are out there, 91% actually got sold by licensed real estate brokers and salespeople. And I'm going to be showing you here, and we're actually going to go past the 1221 mark, which going to make it more than 90 minutes long. For the people that want to stay, they can stay. For the other people that already can't stay, we've already given you enough to join the service. And if you don't have enough there to join the service, and perhaps your mind is really full of things that you have to do and you haven't been able to really clearly think about it, so you can listen to the video that will get sent to you after today's session. Everyone that attends today's session or has registered will receive the video, and I think I'll even put this video right on YouTube as well, so you can listen to it later. Okay, so how do you work those FSBOs? We're going to show you the number one, and I've listened to a lot of FSBO presentations. They're all wonderful. They're all good. They all can give you ideas. And if you have enthusiasm to go help solve someone's private FSBO listing, wonderful. But we're going to show you a way that works literally 99% of the time and almost 100% of the time. And I'm going to show that to you shortly. To get you excited about what's going on about the internet right now, I'm going to click on Internet World Stats, and you'll see of the usage that's going on in the world. And this is as of a study done as of June 30th, 2016. And you can see in Asia there's internet users are 1.8 billion, Europe, Africa, North America is 320 million. And I'm going to tell you now, we're getting people on ICIWorld from 138 countries of the world. So we're getting literally people from every one of these particular areas, world regions. And you'll see here it was I've been saying 3.5 billion people, users of the internet, is now up to 3.675 billion people using the internet. Let me see, how can I get back here? Oh, I got to go back to over here. One moment, please. There it is. Internet ICIWorld statistics. I can click on that. Let's see what's going on here. Statistics. Here we are. Summary. Statistics, by the way, really means lead generation for your listings and for your websites as well. So in other words, when we have a lot of traffic on ICIWorld and you have listings, even your registration on ICIWorld, people can look up your area and find you by person, say, see, that's a person who's doing kind of business in the area that I want. They can even search by language if they want to. We had 119,000 visits in January from 137 countries. End of the year statistics, you can read all of this on your own time. You'll see that the address is ICIWorld. You can make it .com/statistics, and you'll see all the different statistics coming in, and you can see them by the month. One of the daily averages, for instance, you'll see a daily average is around 29,000 sites per month, but the visits daily are around the 4,000 mark. You'll see that. And there's 1.5 million hits for the month there. You'll see that. And so you can come down here and you'll see all the different countries of the world. This is 122 countries that month. It varies between 120 and 140 countries a month is what we seem to get in here on a regular basis. And then there's other stats here, daily statistics as well. You can read about that. There's just a lot of traffic going on here, and we're spending money just to continue. What we are excited about is when people put the ICIWorld.mobi website, for instance, on their phone, it stays on their phone. And there's the information on how to install it on people's phones. Like, we're really promoting that for people to install the apps and the HTML5 code if you don't have an Android or an iPhone. Or if you just want to install just the link, for instance, such as here, which doesn't use up any resources. Okay, now there's about 30,000 haves and wants on ICIWorld. They're all sorted by date, so you can search the latest ones only if you wish. You can choose 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years. All of them are contacts for business. I don't care if a building's been sold 4 years ago. The building is still there. The people God willing, are still around. You can contact them because they have contacts for people in that price range, for people in that property type. You can end up doing business with them, and that property, the circumstances may have changed. They might even be better today than ever before. You can search back further as much as you wish to prospect. Many of our members wish to do prospecting, and you can do that. We even have gas station people going to the oldest listings first because they're more likely to be creative on receiving a vendor take-back offer on mortgages. So you go back to the older listings, and they've done deals on those. So there's people doing networking and business and developing good business relationships on the older listings. But if you don't want to, you have the ability to search the latest listings on our search materials. Let me make sure you know how to do that, people, because that was one of the biggest criticisms that people made on our service, that when they come to maybe search over here and they have a choice to commercial, residential, or FSBOs, they clicked on search, and then they expect to see all the old listings, when in actual fact you can choose how far back you wish to search. If you only want the listings less than 1 month old and I search, bingo, there they are. There's 550 opportunities less than 30 days. I don't care which listing you click on here, it's 30 days. If I click on this one here, you'll see we're doing our particular webinar on February 24th. This listing was February 23rd. These are people that want to do deals with you. You got to call them up and go show the property. These are from your colleagues in the business. And that's what's going on there. So it's very exciting to be able to do this. What else is going on here? Well, 75% of them are exclusive listings, not on MLS. And you know, I've served on real estate boards. I've served on MLS committees. And there's a lot of times when you just can't put something on a real estate board because somebody says, I don't want to give you a listing. So what do you do with that information? Well, there's a way to work it here. But before you ever show anything, we're going to show you how you should put an agreement in place first. Properties coming for sale, the FSBOs in the market. We're going to show you how to work this very shortly within the next 3 minutes. Here we go. But it's important to understand ICIWorld has two databases, the member database and a public database. That's the FSBO area. The member database, you have to be a member so people can read your information and call you. The public database is free for the public to post information, absolutely free, but only the members can access it. And if I was to show you those two databases right away, again, there's only two things you really do on ICIWorld. You search and place listings. You search and go down here to member login and place listings. And if you want to see how fast, quick, and easy it is to place a listing, there it is there. You click on Add, Have, Want on the left, and you put your listing in. You come down to the bottom of the page. You submit the information. What does it look like? Looks like this. These are the latest World commercial listings coming in daily. These are the latest residential listings coming in daily. It's that fast. They're all searchable. If you go back to the main website, you just simply click on search and you can search either one. When you click on commercial, you can choose anything by business category. You can choose it by business area. You can just zero in on things right away. It's that easy. So anybody that's got a criticism of old listings, you just kind of pick listings less than 1 month old, and there you go. And there's a way to even do it for only daily listings. What we recommend for daily listings, simply click on that. Standing at line at Tim Hortons, click on search database. There they are, the absolute latest up to the second listings coming in daily. Okay, let's get out of here and go back and continue on. So, if you want to see the other database, which I never did show you, this is the FSBO database where the public can post information free. Click on search. There they are right there. FSBO area. I'm going to click on it. And then you'll see that you can choose any area of the world that you want. Okay, if I wanted to choose theoretically USA, I could choose it. Search database. These are coming in from the public. Click on search database and you can search more. Now, 97 unit complex, where was that there? 97 unit, that's in Houston, Texas. So you'll see properties coming in here. Now, if you want to search and zero in on things even more, there's a search tool here for you. You can search the haves or the wants. You can search any city, any country, any place you want. And you can search the business category, the type of property you want. You only want shopping centers, bingo, you could do that. Bingo, there they are. Strip mall in Montreal, 7.8 million. There you go. commercial plazas for sale. There they are. There's people that want plazas. These are buyers and sellers. You got to be a member, however, in order to click on these numbers. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we have the two databases. We've shown you those. Now let's move on. Two data streams, both commercial and residential. We've learned how to separate them. You can too. We have about, I guess the readership is 40,000 monthly. We do lots of emailing per month on subscriber lists that have been approved. These are subscribers we've long ago. In fact, our subscriber list is close to, unsubscribed list is close to 150, 180,000. And the subscriber list is what you see on the screen. We also have a daily subscribers that get the listings per day, 20,000 of those. We have developers. One developer has purchased 3 properties from the email. How did I know that? I asked him, I said, when was the last time that you visited the website? He says, I don't. He says, I don't visit the website. I just get an email from subscribing to the Ontario Digest, for instance. I see a listing I like, I call the broker, I go off and I do a deal. Simple as that. Now, we do have over 18,000 pages on the internet, 1.8 to 2 million and more hits per month from properties from over 138 countries. Now, we also do advertising and what do you call it, seminars at real estate boards and offices. And that'll show you there some of the real estate boards we've had the privilege of talking to. And we also exhibit at major real estate trade shows. In fact, our booth is one of the busiest because we make a statement that you could have a $30,000 website and it's not as powerful as the one from ICIWorld for $16.50. But if you don't promote your website, it's almost a waste of money. So you must promote your website. So please get into the session how to promote your website. And that show, by the way, is coming up in May. We're going to be at that show again. And it's the largest real estate trade show, probably one of the top 3 largest trade shows in the world. And front page advertising, when you see that, feel good. That's triggering leads for each of your listings. When you see this, this is getting traffic to come to your listings. When you see this, it's traffic to come to your listings. Now, we've already shown you the widgets. So we're not going to go through that anymore. The widgets can go on any broker's website. So if you have a website now, you can put the widgets on your website. So in the future, some people won't have a website from us. In that particular case, what you can do is you can actually put the widgets on your website. So this widgets, all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4 widgets here, all of these 4 can be put on your website. So if somebody clicks on this, this will come up on your website no matter what company you have, and we deal with over 30 companies right now, website companies. Why do the website companies like dealing with us? Well, here's the reason why. If somebody clicks on search database on this widget that is on another company's website that they built for you, they are going to see these listings. Now, if somebody wants to click on one of these, they can't do it. They can copy that listing. That's all they can do, and they can send you a copy. So if you click on contact me, what's going to happen is somebody's going to go down here and they're going to paste that listing number in there and say, and fill in all their name and phone number, and then they're going to say, please send more information, interested in this listing, interested, please call, or something to that effect. And they put their name, email, and phone number there. You get this number with an inquiry. Bingo, you can go right to work, and next thing you know, because of this widget that was on your website, it's triggering a lead for you. It's that fast, it's that easy, and it works, and it updates itself daily. Every single day, it's updating itself, all the widgets on your website. Now, how to work exclusive information. Get ready with your cameras, people. I'm going to show you 3 questions that are going to come on the screen that has helped every broker that learns it make money. And this is useful in commercial, residential real estate, and we're going to show you how to follow licensing guidelines in your province or state, wherever you are, and see how you like it. Here we go. This, of course, was originally designed of a book that I read that almost confirms our thinking that if you can put something that you think on the internet, people can relate to it. While property's coming for sale, it's just a thought. If somebody says, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, well, my God, what can you do with it? You're a secret agent. You know that as soon as somebody tells you that, You become a secret agent instantly because you know about something that's available for sale, but you can't network with anybody else. But after today, you're going to learn how to do it. So we're going to actually continue this seminar on further. It's past 12:30, which is more than 90 minutes. But I told you before, the people that want to leave could have left at the beginning when I covered the first articles that we were going to cover today. That should have been enough to cover that. But for the people that want more explanation, we want to stay and explain it to you. You can do this now for FSBOs. If somebody says to you that, and they've got a FSBO for sale, don't try to you're going to try to list it, but then they're going to say, no, I want to try to sell it myself. In fact, they actually get upset because they're saying no realtors because they don't want to list it. They've made it clear they don't want to list it in a lot of cases. And most brokers don't ever want to go after them again because they got some angry FSBO people. Well, I'm going to show you now how to deal with every single FSBO in the marketplace. And with ICIWorld, it can work very, very wonderfully for you. And we've got people doing deals. So all of these are opportunities. A builder says, you know, we got homes for sale. And you can say, he'll tell you, listen, if you bring me a buyer for one of my new homes, we'll sell it and we'll pay you a commission. But he doesn't want to give you a listing. So those are the kind of issues that are out there today. And we're going to show you how to work all of these kinds of things nicely. In the case of a lot of businesses, they don't want to put their business on the internet or listed on a real estate board. They don't want people to know that their business is for sale. It could be bad for business. A lot of people that have exclusive properties don't want all the interior photos of their homes plastered all over the internet showing their Van Goghs and Rembrandts and beautiful furnishings that are inside their property. They want it done exclusively. There's a lot of reasons to do things exclusively, people, and ICIWorld is a collection of all of these that it's becoming a national database of exclusive information that is working competently, that's working professionally and compatibly with the rest of the real estate industry, and it's working good for the public because we only allow licensed real estate brokers and salespeople to join. That way all information must flow through the hands of a licensed real estate broker, your colleagues at your real estate board, and that way the public gets looked after properly, and ultimately that's what's important. And it helps them get the highest and best price because you're taking advantage of all the services that are on the internet, not just 1, 2, or 3 services, but you should take advantage of the many competent services that are out there and include them in your marketing plans. Let's move on. There it is. Take a picture with your camera. If somebody says, I don't want to list my property with you, but I will pay you a commission, there it is. You ask them, will you pay me a commission if I bring you a buyer? Now, we've had some people that tried to say, Gary, I tried to use your service. I didn't make any money. I went up and I asked the people, will they pay me a commission? And they said, I don't want to list my property with you, and I couldn't get to square one. The key part is if I bring you a buyer. They weren't saying that. I had another person said I couldn't make money with your service, Gary. I went up and I tried to get a 48-hour exclusive listing and they wouldn't give it to me. The point is it's a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once you have a buyer. People were leaving that out. I couldn't believe this. In other words, I've tried to make it clear. We actually went for 1 full year without this in red. And because I found out that it was important, they weren't using it, it's now in red. So you can see it. If you use this stuff, it works. You call me back. If these 3 questions don't work on someone, you call me back. I haven't found one yet that's called me back yet. The next one, may I advertise your property, but I'm going to do it without disclosing the address. This is important because according to your real estate board bylaws and everything, you must have the consent of the owner in writing before you can give an address to somebody. And here's the legal requirement. A registrant, which is everyone that has a license to trade in real estate, so a registrant shall not, by the way, RECO stands for the Real Estate Council of Ontario, and there's very similar requirements to all licensing bodies for every state and province. A registrant shall not include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to, and the key word is identify specific real estate unless the owner of the real estate has consented in writing. So that's the key. So if you don't have something in writing, you must not give the address of a property to someone. And because we've got it throughout our service, all our members know that. And A lot of brokers in the past, commercial brokers particularly, have had people that have gone around behind their back where they've given the address to something that's not listed, even though the person professed that they're going to work through them. They still went around behind their back, and that person ended up not doing the deal. And yet the other person did the deal, and they didn't. So you got to be careful with your information. You got to protect your information, just like doctors protect their confidential information and lawyers protect their confidential information. You also have to protect your confidential information. When someone calls you, however, the first thing they're going to ask you for is the address. So you can make a statement that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if it's okay with you, I can show it to you on Saturday. Come to my office and I will make arrangements for you to see it. And then on Friday, the day before your appointment, you go get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing agreement to show it. So in other words, even though we have 30,000 listings going to 40,000 on ICIWorld, it does not mean that we don't put an agreement in place first before showing the property or before divulging the address of the property to someone. Coming for sale is the same thing. People call you. You make a statement that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if it's okay with you, I'll put you on a list, and then when I get the listing agreement signed, I will call you back, and if you're still looking, you can be one of the first people through the property. How does that sound? We did the same thing recently on a property in Milton. It was for our family, and I did this, and I told everyone we're going to have 2 open houses and have the offers come through on the following Tuesday. But in the meantime, we were getting people calling up on it from Coming for Sale on ICIWorld. In fact, they asked if they could present an offer before it was actually going on the listing, and could they actually present an offer? The owners of the property, they wanted to see it beforehand. Fine. It wasn't quite good enough, so we still kept on marketing it. But in this particular case, and when it did go onto the MLS, and we did get great response on the MLS, and it actually sold for, I think, approximately $14,000 higher than our first offer. And we could have continued on a second weekend, but sometimes the owners of the property need to get that sale done, because in the interest of time can be an absolute factor in helping them to buy another property where they had a conditional sale on another property and worried about getting maybe bumped on another offer. So it can actually be advantageous to get going on marketing right off the bat to try to come up with the highest and best price by using all of the services that are available to you. You should not, if you want the highest and best price, I think there's no question about it, you've got to include all the major relevant services that are available to real estate brokers and salespeople today, and then have your offers, coming in at a later time. And then that way you get the whole group of people that could be interested in that property, either through an open house or get them through the property somehow. But there's some people that just don't want to have 200 and 300 and 400 people going through their property, and they're happy to come up with a price that's their price, and they're happy to move on even though they might leave some money on the table. So just because you think that's the only thing involved, it's not the only thing involved. People should have the opportunity, as long as it's all pointed out to them, that these are the options that they are dealing with. So if you said Mississauga restaurant, $350,000 making money, does that give that restaurant away? The answer is no. That means people can call you, and then you can make an appointment to go show the property, get yourself covered with a 48-hour exclusive listing, go show the property and sell it. So none of these give these properties away the way they're given like that. If you're working a property that's not listed, this is what you can do with an information service. And networking information is very important. It's the currency of our real estate market. It's literally the gold that's on the internet. And information is very important. We've actually had a real estate board that got sold before they put it on the internet. A real estate board got sold. You heard me. They got sold before it was on the internet. So that wasn't on our service. It was just something that was done by the broker at that particular real estate board. So those are the kind of things that can actually be done by having information in the business, and it can really help people market their properties. And in fact, in a lot of cases, especially in other countries of the world, this can really be used where people can post their haves and their wants and help people connect to get together to do deals. And here's one. Now this could give it away, the very first one. So we're going to suggest that, because there's only one Esso gas station maybe in Lindsay, it should not be advertised that way. It should be advertised with branded gas station, maybe 1 hour to Toronto would cover that situation to give it away. In the case of that $30 million shopping center in Brantford, that might be the only one that there is. So that's kind of giving it away. You got to be careful with your information. You might just say shopping center, Ontario or Canada, $30 million. You won't actually even say the city. The last one there could be any plaza, and there could be a lot of those. So in that case, that might be okay to announce that. So how does ICIWorld kind of help people as we wrap up this session here? And that is with mobile websites, which we've given you some nice looks at a couple of the websites. If you want to see more websites, and you can actually go to the ICIWorld.com website. I'm going to go back to the main website, ICIWorld.com. And if you go down the page, you'll see For Members. You can click on For Members. And then go down here and you'll see number 3, which is Turnkey Mobile Websites. And by the way, if you want to see other seminars that we've done and webinars that we've recorded, you can also click on this YouTube channel from ICIWorld. I'm going to click on it right now before I show you some of the videos. But you'll see, and let me see, YouTube user ICIWorld Inc. videos. I don't know if you want to copy that, or you'd have to go find it on ICIWorld. But you could actually mark that down, and you can actually go see any of our YouTube videos anytime you wish, and it'll cover a lot of this stuff, some of it in different ways. And also how to promote your website is there as well. So you can see that. You can get a heads up on things by going to our educational channel, YouTube users ICIWorld Inc. videos. And so it's ready to handle theoretically 1 million people in North America that have licenses to trade in real estate. You can come here and look at it at any time, and you'll see how there's been 8 views up to 1 month ago. And so all of these beautiful key tools, it's like the most unsung service, I think, that's on the internet today, that people haven't appreciated what's going on here, and yet it's making so much money for people. Read the testimonials. But people aren't taking the time to do that, so then they get busy doing something else, and then it doesn't get done. So it's like having a beautiful car that can take you around and do places, and people aren't taking advantage of it. But I'm showing it to you so you now all know. Okay, when you go to ICIWorld, if you click on the For Members down here, and then click on the Turnkey Mobile Website, you click on that, you'll see you can order the mobile website here. They're free for 30 days. After that, they're either $19.99 a month, or if you get it by the year, $199 divided by 12, it's $16.50 per month. Totally designed by ICIWorld, totally set up by ICIWorld. It's literally a turnkey situation. You'll see total sample mobile websites. You'll see commercial websites, samples by real estate company, samples by geographic area, and there's all samples here. If I was just click on some of these right here, you'll see them all come up, and bingo, you click on these samples. And here's just one sample of a website that's $16.50, and you can see how very, very nice it is. There it is there. Again, we recommend that you'll see that there's residential up here, and these are all 3 major world networks, 1, 2, 3 major world networks. And then under commercial, same thing. And you'll see Ontario Commercial, World Commercial, and FSBO. So we've shown you all of these already. So I'm not going to show them now, but you can see them on your own time. So these are websites that are totally designed by us. It's the same price whether you get it from directly from the website hosting people or from ICIWorld. The difference is we totally design it up for you and get it all started, ready to make money literally within an hour if you've got your domain name already pointed, and we show you how to do that. Okay, let's back out of here and finish off. And so these are the mobile websites, and you should get every single one of your customers over the next year to get your mobile website onto their phone so they can search real estate, or their friends can search real estate. So everyone that has a mobile phone literally can start talking to all their friends and relatives about real estate because you've got it on your mobile phone. We support all websites in the world. If you want to see examples from absolutely any website company, we've got examples from over 30 website companies now that we can show you hundreds on each one. Websites are like billboards. You can have more than one. If they all generate business for you, then why not? It is the new internet revolution to have a mobile website. If you don't have it, you're simply missing out. It's so easy to do. However, what good is a website without traffic? So we provide a monthly live webinar, 40 different ways to promote your website. You can also visit our blog, which has links to it. You can visit our YouTube channel as well. So this is where really you should be spending your time marketing your website to get it to come up, to get people to go to your website. And it's not just the meta tags and the keywords. Your website must be set up first to make sure that you've got links that actually do generate leads, and that's where you can ensure that your website, if you're not getting people calling you on all the residential properties that we provide for your website, all the commercial properties that we provide to your website, is it because the properties on your website that are not triggering the leads, or is it because you have little or no traffic going to your website? Well, obviously, if you got all these classified ads for all these things, and if somebody's interested in a $1 million home in a certain area, they're going to call you if they can't click on that listing. They're going to call you. They don't want to miss out on a potential property that could be the home of their dreams, the home where they can make money as an investment. So logging into your website, once you get a website, people wonder, all the time involved to do all these things. There's really only two things you do on ICIWorld. You search listings from time to time on your phone. That's it. Secondly, you post a property once in a while and reach the world. That's it. After that, you want to, if you have a website, this is your website, not to do with ICIWorld, this is your website. We recommend what you do is you must log into the websites that we supply you at least once a month. That's it. But you should be promoting your website almost every day, starting with how you hand out your business card. You work it into your business to get everybody to put your mobile website on their phone. You must know our pledge. Anybody that's been a member that didn't know our pledge didn't make any money, because we've had people call us back after 90 days who did not make money. We went and saw they started to put things into effect, but they didn't quite do it 100%. And once they had one more meeting with us, bingo, everything started working beautifully. They got themselves up to 15 opportunities to do business. They got their website widgets working. They started to promote their website. They put their website name on their business card. They visited businesses in their area and told people that they work in the area. And by the way, I have a website that's got commercial and residential. So they were really promoting their website to everybody in the business. They put the Facebook on their website. They've got it all working for them, all the social media working on their websites and promoting. So all of these things kind of have to be done, and if you do them and do the open houses right, you're going to trigger leads. You're going to have people that are going to be coming, that are going to call you out of the blue and say, I was on your website, I subscribed to receive some listings, I just got one here, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm at business, I'm wondering if you can set it up tonight for 7 o'clock. Those are the kind of things that are going on. So if you're not doing this stuff and having it working for you, you need to call us. And you should never go. You measure it by 90 days. If you're not doing business, you give us a call and give us a chance to help you. We are an assistant to 1,000 brokers and salespeople. We're an assistant. Even though we've been brokers this long, we're specializing in being an assistant for all real estate brokers and salespeople in the business, and we hope you appreciate it as we appreciate the opportunity to work for you. What can you do now? Well, there is a coupon code, 25%, that you can save by getting started on our service. And you just give us a call, maybe make an appointment, and we'll kind of get you started at any time. At this time, there will be a survey that will come back to you. We really appreciate your comments and feedback to everyone. This was a complete seminar, 2 hours long. We thought it was going to be 90, but we did something at the beginning where people could have left, but we did the further explanation for the people that wanted to stay and still wish to stay and that are staying, and they can get the benefit of all of this. that completes our session for today, and there's a little summary that's kind of coming on the screen that you can see if you wish to join our service at this time. We're simply suggesting you make an appointment and to get started with us. And you mentioned that you were in the session, and we'll actually get a little special going for you. There's some of the other paraphernalia that we will have on what we call our stand-up displays when we do seminars in offices, so that when we go into a real estate office, people can see this, that there's a lot of business kind of going on here. And there's literally one of the largest selections of buyers posted any place on the internet. It's on ICIWorld. You check out the wants. You'll never see as many lists for anything at all. And if you're going on a listing presentation for maybe a little apartment building, even for a house, you can literally print out a list of all the wants that are here to show them how well plugged in you are to the marketplace of buyers. So this is excellent for people, and I don't care if you're brand new or if you've been in the business a long time. If you print out a list of 200 buyers, for instance, of an apartment building, you have a good chance that they're going to want to work with you to market that building. They're not stupid. They're smart people. They want the highest and best price. And you're showing them a list of 200 buyers, and they're not going to deal with you? Something wrong. Widgets for your website can go on every single website in the world. That should be a no-brainer. We should be getting orders every single day to install the widgets on their website because they trigger leads. Mobile websites, if you don't have one, there should be orders coming in every single day to get a mobile website going. They're $16.50. You know, how to promote your website, every single person. Now we're getting a lot of good activity on that. So we're finding that a lot of people do have websites, and they're getting into our seminars once a month, and we've had as many as 125 registered. We can see that going to 200, 300, 400, 500, and that's what we're hoping over time, that everyone should kind of get in that. And in fact, people should take that 2 and 3 times, because it's a full day session if we did it properly. But we have compressed it because everybody can't attend all these functions by traveling and going places, but you can easily take in a 90-minute webinar, which is what that one is, and it's recorded. So as long as you record it, you can listen to it later on your own time, and it's great to listen to it because there's a lot of information all crammed in there. In fact, it's too much information to assimilate, but if you take it 2 or 3 times, it starts to come together. It starts to make sense. It's like getting up and riding a bicycle. You fall down about 2, 3, 4 times before you finally get it right, and that's what this is, learning how to promote your website. Please consider us as a personal marketing and information assistant for training and support, and our pledge is to each and every one of you, don't go longer than 90 days without making money. What do you do at this time? Well, we're going to say goodbye to you, and a lot of you are already at home, so you don't have to drive home. But if you're in an office, safe driving the way you go. I'm going to leave you with one thing. I'm going to close all this right here and close everything down, and I'm going to open it up to one spot, and that is our ICIWorld.com website. And up at the top, you will see that it will say simply make an appointment. And that's what we recommend everyone do. We'll give you take advantage of whatever special at the time. There's no obligation to join, people. Just call us, make an appointment, we'll demonstrate it, and we'll show you how nicely this can kind of work for you. You simply make an appointment, and it's for 30 minutes or 60, whichever you prefer. And we'll kind of go from there. If you want it longer, fine. The only time you really need an appointment is just in the beginning for 30 minutes, because once we get you going, you can actually go to member login, and you're going to click on login on the left, and you can add your however one and put it in here, and bingo, it's instantly available worldwide. Anybody that wants to search, they're just going to click on search. So like we said, the time used for our service, one thing is to search, one thing is for adding your listings. Those are the 2 things you use ICIWorld for. That's it. The rest is to teach you about your own website, how to promote it, stuff like that, and how to work exclusive information. But once you learn it, you don't have to learn it again. So most of our members, the only thing they use once they know how to do things, search and add listings. That's it. Okay, that completes our session for today. Thank you very much for the opportunity to work with you, and we're going to suggest you get into the next webinar, which you can go to ICIWorld.com, and if you do go to ICIWorld.com, click on For Members and go down to register for the next webinar, how to promote your website. We did have a question after the event, which we'll answer. People wanted to know what was our the referral program that we had, www.referralbrokers.com. There it is there, referralbrokers.com. You click on that, and this will explain all about the broker's referral program. So you could be just doing that. If you're busy doing other things, you could do that. The second one that you can type in is retiredbrokers.com. There it is, Retired Brokers Program. Okay, you can read all about that. And there she is. Okay. Would you mind doing the odd 5-minute referral that makes you $3,000 to $10,000? If you're interested in that, click on retiredbrokers.com.